Okay, this one I got some requests from. I'm not sure which album people honestly requested me for. I look back, I know some people requested like certain things, but I went through a decent amount of the Story So Far's Under Soil and Dirt album. I wrote down some things just so I didn't really forget. Um, but there were definitely things I liked and certain things I didn't like. I mean, there is enough things that I don't like for me to just not want to listen to them on a daily basis. I mean, if someone put them on, I mean, I wouldn't really be mad or anything. It's just one of those things where like they're missing something. I mean, biggest thing is the singer. I just don't like the singer. He he every single song he sounds exactly the same. Like I don't get it. He's not like singing like maybe lower on one song or maybe higher on a different one. It's literally the same singing voice every single time. And I realize a lot of other bands do that, but even though I don't like the singing in general, I mean that just doesn't help anymore. So, I mean, he just doesn't have what's the word that I used? There's no variation in his voice. I mean, like I feel like he's kind of like a one-trick pony just from listening to that album. And I've heard some other stuff from their newer album too, "What You Don't See" or whatever it's called. And he sounds exactly the same. I mean, if you like it or whoever likes it, I mean that's cool. You know, nothing wrong with that. I like a lot of singers that a lot of other people don't like. Like there's plenty of people that don't like Tom DeLonge's voice or Jordan from Newfound Glories or tons of others. So it's really just a preference thing, but I personally don't like it. Um, the lyrics, as far as I noticed, I didn't really like all that much. It's not like I didn't like them. It's just they didn't really seem out of the ordinary. I mean, it's just typical pop punk stuff. I didn't really see it as anything special. Um, the drums, they didn't really seem very unique. I mean, they're just pretty standard drumming beats. I mean, it didn't really seem like anything to me anyway. I mean, I'm not a drummer or anything, but it didn't really stand out. I mean, there was a couple fills every now and then that I heard that sounded pretty cool, but as a whole, I mean, it sounded just like standard just drumming beats, and I thought that was kind of boring. I mean, there's definitely bands out there where the drummer's doing like some cool shit, and I feel like there's no reason why a drummer can't show off a little bit every now and then. So that's pretty much all I have for things I didn't like about the album. Um, One thing I really did like is I'm pretty sure they got two guitarists. If they don't, then they at least have like two main guitar tracks on the album. And I really liked how they mixed the lead and the rhythm because that's actually something me and my friend Dave have been working with a lot lately with our band. Um, so gives me something to think about because there's very clearly a lead track and a rhythm track, which is really cool. Um, and they do a really good job of like finding fills that work, which I really like. Um, the first couple songs mainly. I mean, I didn't really listen too much to the last few, um, but there's like some really cool like rhythm riffs, but at the same time, there's like a really cool like lead melody that is just really catchy. So that's pretty cool. They do use some creative beats. I know that kind of contradicts what I said with the the drum part, but like the guitars in general just have like some cool rhythms and stuff that I think sound pretty cool. Um, the uh, the album itself does sound pretty well produced. I mean, the I've heard the newer album; it does sound good as well. I mean, if this is, I'm pretty sure it was. I just read it was their first like full length, and I mean, it sounds really good, produced wise, or produce wise, whatever the hell I'm trying to say, production wise. Um, for an album, I saw no problem with that at all. I mean, there's plenty of bands out there that don't have the best production for their first couple albums. I know I did see that they had like some EPs and stuff for a couple years before, um, but um, this one, I mean, overall, it does sound really good. Um, the only other thing I really had to talk about was um, the backing vocals actually sounded pretty decent. I mean, if I heard more of that singer, I'd probably like it a lot more. Um, because just the constant shouting from like the lead singer, I mean, it doesn't make me want to listen to it. And like the couple times that I heard the backing vocals or just the other vocals singing or whatever, it actually sounded pretty decent. And I mean, I just don't like the singer. I mean, that it's as simple as that. Everything else, if they had a different singer, I'd probably really get into this band because, like I said, there's a bunch of other things that I really liked, but it's enough for me to not want to do covers of them. I know I did like one cover already. That was just because a lot of you really wanted it, and I figured why not. But overall, I mean, it's just not a band that I get into because of the singer, and that is the case for a lot of bands. There's so many bands out there that I'm like, oh, this sounds really great, and then I hear the singer, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's enough. So, I mean, overall, it's not a bad CD. I think it's pretty solid. I just don't like the singer, and that's just a preference thing. I can see, like I said, a lot of people liking the singing. I'm really picky about music, especially pop punk and stuff like that. So, I mean, don't be mad at me if I don't like it. I mean, I really, I'm stuck in my ways, to say the least. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, if I rated it out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 7 or an 8, just because, I mean, it is a pretty solid album overall. I mean, most of it did sound pretty good. I didn't really have any major complaints other than the fact that I just can't get used to the singer. So, like I said before, I don't remember if someone requested this specific one. I know people have requested the story so far a lot. So this is the one that I remembered the name of. I just remembered Under Soil and Dirt or whatever. So I just went on YouTube and found the full album. If you guys wanted me to do the newest album for a review, maybe I will somewhere down the road. I don't want to do two of the same band right in a row. Just like I won't do like another Paramore one since I just did one, or whatever, or another 4 Year Strong one since that was the first one I did. So leave me some comments. If you guys want me to review anything specific, I'll kind of refer to the comments most likely, unless I have something I really have to say about like a certain other album. I do still have something I want to say about another album, but I kind of forgot about that until just now. But feel free, like I said, to just leave something in the comments if you want me to check out an album, or if you want me to talk about an album I've heard 100 times. Either way, I mean, I don't mind listening to something new, at least for an hour. I mean, it's not gonna take any real time out of my life. So, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, that's great. If you didn't, tell me why you didn't like it. I mean, I realize there's a lot of different ways that I could go about talking about a CD review. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of ran out of stuff to say. So, if you like the album, great. I mean, I hope I didn't ruin anything for anybody. I mean, I can see why people like it. I can see why people don't like it. So, okay, enough rambling. Time to work on the Q&A video. So, I'll see you guys later.